Hey everybody, Dave Scott here from Spaced Out Radio. We just finished up our show with R. Keith Andrews, and I thought I would hop on here because I've never really done this before. So we're just kind of checking it on out, see how it works. Eventually, we want to try and start broadcasting on YouTube. And we just got to figure out a way with our system here on how to do it properly so that all of you can figure it on out. But I want to say thank you to our nearly 7,000 followers. We got just over 6,500 now. So just really, really thankful that each and every one of you are here with us. And yeah, I've never done this YouTube thing before, so you got to bear with me on this. I'm just kind of learning it as we go. I'm pulling up the chat room here. God, that's nasty. Usually I have a guitar hanging right here. And yeah, looking kind of hairy. Looking kind of hairy. Who's with us? I see like 8, 9 people in here. So say hello. Ask me anything. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Ask me anything. Check it on out. I'm waiting for any comments in the chat room. So yes, hi Nathan, how you doing? Shawnee, what's going on? Derek, thank you for the compliment on the hair. I probably need a shave too. So I figure, as we expand the network a little bit more and we're getting a little bit more popular with everybody and everything, I figured it would be really cool if we tested out this video stuff just to see how it's all working. So far, so good. Sorry if my eyes keep wandering this way, it's because I'm checking out my screens as well. So, yeah, feel free to ask anything while I'm here. I don't know how long. I'll stick around until you guys kind of say enough is enough and everybody just kind of leaves. Hey, Tripster, what's going on? I don't know if this went to our YouTube channel or Twitter or anything. I really don't. Got to figure this out. Because everybody else is doing it. All the cool kids are doing it. So I figured, why not? Why not? Check it on out. So yeah, the mop looks great. Thank you. I've had the hair down all night long. It's the way we do things on Spaced Out Radio. Right now we're booking for February. Hey, and Zane, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by. Says, hey, brother. Or do we go, hey, brother? Just keep it going, brother. Yeah, so right now I'm on my cell phone. And Shawnee Mac, only recently found Spaced Out Radio. Thank you. Awesome stuff. Appreciate you finding us, man. Appreciate you finding us. It's something that... if you don't know much about me, I have a radio background. I have an experiencer background. So it's kind of put 2 and 2 together. It's kind of weird that we've been doing this for like 5 years already, but what do you do? What do you do? But I don't have anything but me here. So if you have any questions you want me to answer, or you want to ask anything, there's my guitar. There's the alien of Carl right there. I usually have like an extra guitar here and an extra guitar here, but my little guy has decided to move them on over. Hey, Clear Floss, how you doing? Justin, love the woo as well, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Gotta love that. So, yeah. Anything's on your mind, just put up a question in the chat room and we'll try and figure it out, answer it, anything like that. The hair is getting longer. I will be, for anybody who is in San Francisco or that area, in just under 2 months now, I'll be going to UFO MegaCon or UFOCon 2020 in San Francisco. If you want to check them out, it's ufocon.com or ufocon2020.com, and I will be speaking there. I think they're having me open up the thing, so that's kind of cool. But it's a 4-day event. I would love to have all of you guys there. The one thing I really enjoy is being able to meet fans like all of you, so that way It's something that I am able to interact with all of you guys and ladies and non-binaries and aliens and whatever you may be these days, and just kind of hang out and have some fun with all of you guys talking UFOs and stuff like that. I mean, it's really all about the experience. I saw a hyena in Maryland in 1993. I had no idea there had been other sightings around the U.S. I did not know that. I did not know that. Got my Pepsi, too. So, yes. Oh, we got like 11 people watching. That's actually more than I thought there would be. So, I will be heading there. I'll be speaking about my experiences and how it ties to everybody and how you don't need to be embarrassed about your experiences or anything like that. Just roll with it. Roll with it. I think we need like a better view here. Yeah, this view kind of sucks. How do we change this? Well, I can go here. That may not work. Either way. What experiences? What do you want to know? Aliens? Bigfoot? Ghosts? You tell me. You tell me. What do you think of disclosure? Should put on the woo lights. Should totally put on the woo lights. That would be kind of cool. Hyenas eat teeth and bones. Fascinating. Derek, we never know if it's Dave or Dave's hair asking the question. No, this is true. This is true. My thoughts on the Patterson-Gimlin film, I believe that is a real Sasquatch. I do. One reason only. One reason. Patterson and Gimlin were not very wealthy. And I really do not believe that they would create a Sasquatch suit and sew a pair of boobs on it. Because that's definitely a female Sasquatch. Definitely a female Sasquatch. So because of the breasts, I am a believer. How's that? Let me see here. That's what I thought you were looking around for. Hyena? What was I looking around for? My hair? No, my hair's right here. So, yes. I think a lot of people, I mean, next to the JFK film itself, you have to realize that the Patterson-Gimlin film has been the most scrutinized film in U.S. history. You know, so I really believe that they are trying to. Did I drop something here? Yeah, I did. Excuse me. I really do believe that it hasn't really been figured out. You know, they haven't been able to duplicate it or anything like that. So just, it is what it is. All right. Let's see, any other questions? Who have been some of my favorite interviews? I always love R. Keith, who we had on tonight with the ET Connection. He is just so funny and entertaining. I absolutely love him. My favorites, I would say, getting the honor and the privilege to interview George Knapp last year. That happened on April 4th. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. My favorite interview of all time would be Nelson Dellis. We did that show on July 5th, 2018, and he almost died on Mount Everest in 2 of his 3 attempts. And we did a show kind of like the ghosts of Mount Everest, what it's like being up there. And probably he said 2 of the most amazing lines that I just will not forget. Number 1, he said that if he died on the mountain, he would want to stay there. He'd want his body to stay there. Number 2 is I asked him if he hears the mountain calling him. And he had never been asked that question before. And he said it is kind of weird because he actually does hear the mountain calling his name in dreams in the middle of the night. So that was really, really cool. So that's probably my favorite. Steve Istall from How to Hunt on YouTube. If you haven't caught that show, we did a couple weeks ago. We had like 40 4,200 views on there. Hi, Teresa. Hello, beautiful Teresa. Are you coming to San Francisco? You better be. Anyways, Steve Istall I think is the future of Bigfoot research. I really do. I think he's taking it to the next level. I think Steve has the right attitude of just saying screw it, and we don't know what this creature is. We can't prove anything. And I think Steve is the future. I know some of the people he is working with behind the scenes. Don't be surprised if some big names in this field pop up with around his name. We mentioned during the show David Paulides from Missing 411. So don't be surprised if more people like that are around. No, Steve isn't a researcher, but I think he's going to take it to that next level. I really do. I have a lot of faith in him, and what a great guy. I'm really hoping to get the opportunity to meet up with him, because he literally lives about 2.5 hours away from me. Wintertime, not the best time to actually go and visit him. Plus, he's, I believe, in Europe right now. Hi, Ivor. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. But Steve is an amazing guy. David Paulides, that was the first time I got to talk to him, Shawnee, just a few weeks ago. And what an honor that was. Like, I've heard that he is such a rugged, miserable type of guy, and we just had a great conversation. Before the show, I'll call up every guest to see what they're talking about, or what they want to do, or where the interview wants to go. And David and I literally, oh, I froze. There we go. David and I literally talked hockey for like I don't know, like 40 of the 45 minutes. It was absolutely awesome. So, me being a former sports reporter, having David to have that hockey conversation, that was kind of cool. I'm just gonna get caught up on the chat room here, see if I'm missing anything. No, I do not know where the spot where Patterson Gimlin was filmed, but I will try. I would love to try and get there. All right. Sorry, I got the chat room. See, the little one right here, my eyes are bad, really up close, so I can't really see it. So I got my big chat room going right here on my screen, I guess right there, behind you. Okay, next question. When are you and Samantha Mowat going back to the forest to see some aliens? Hopefully this summer. We've been talking about it for the last couple of years, and Samantha is, I cannot say enough good things about Samantha. I mean, to know her personally on a personal level, way before Spaced Out Radio even started, and to call her a friend, I will go to bat for Samantha on any story that she has. Samantha Mowat, Mowat is her YouTube channel. So make sure you go subscribe to that if you could. I would appreciate that. But it's just one of those things with Samantha where she is just so real. To me, she's the best kept secret in ufology. And I really, really want to see her have success. I really want to see people take her a little bit more seriously, because her encounters are very, very real. And her and I talk. It's weird because sometimes we don't talk for months, and then we'll talk like once a week or something along those lines. So I do have to set up a call with her. We are, I believe, planning on bringing her back in February. She wants to come back and do something every couple of months. So that's pretty cool. Trip, the wall looks naked right here because this is where one of my guitars is supposed to hang. But that's upstairs. and my other guitar that would hang here is in little SOR's room. He likes that one, so he asked if he could keep it up there. The kid has like 4 guitars in his room. And I'm like, dude, I want my guitar back. And he's like, no, Dad. No, totally not doing that. All right. Still planning to go to the Fairy Mountain. Could be possibly. I'm really, really pushing to find or have another encounter. Oh, my kid, before I get to this story, my kid, Insane, he's like 6 years old, and he is like a metalhead. He literally goes to sleep every night with, and it's on repeat, with Metallica's For Whom the Bell Tolls. And he is like a complete metalhead. He is, I'm proud of him for that. Really into Pantera, really into Bumblefoot, and Sons of Apollo, which is Bumblefoot's band with Mike Portnoy, Derek Sherinian, Jeff Scott Soto, and Billy Sheehan on bass. He's really into them. He's into Guns N' Roses. I'm waiting to introduce him to Motorhead. Oh yeah, he will be introduced to Motorhead for sure. Newer stuff, he loves Hailstorm, and he loves 6 a.m. Who else is he into? He's really into Ghost as well. So I think I've been teaching him the music side just right, keeping him away from some of that country music stuff. Ugh. Anyhow, Bigfoot. I'm really pushing to see Bigfoot this year. I really want another Bigfoot experience. I really do. We were close about a year and a half ago. Didn't realize it until we really broke it down, that there were a couple of them around, and I really want to go back there. What is my opinion of the show Finding Bigfoot? I've watched about 7 minutes of the episode, and I heard the word Squatch about 6 times, and I refuse to watch any more. And I'll tell you why. I had the opportunity in May of 2015 to meet Dr. John Bindernagel, who has since passed away. And Dr. Bindernagel and I had an incredible 30-minute conversation, just him and I. And at this point, I believe he was like 81, 82, and he'd been researching Sasquatch for like 70 years at this point. And I was literally enthralled by just the fact that he had heard about my Sasquatch encounter and wanted to talk to me about it. And anyways, long story short, near the end, I asked him point blank, I said, what do you think of all these television shows with the word Squatch? And he told me point blank, I saw him kind of go, and he kind of just put his head down, looked back up at me, and he goes, one word has killed my 70 years of research. And that's all because of the television show. So I've kind of made it my own mantra because of that, not to use that word. I know a lot of First Nations people whom I have talked to hate that word as well, because Sasquatch is a very, very important word in their cultures. And I do not let our guests use that word Squatch on the show. In fact, I will belittle them. I hate the word. I think it's terrible. I think it makes a mockery of the research. Excuse me, my throat gets a little raw after speaking for 3 hours. But I'm just not a fan of it, and I think that the research capabilities need to be a little bit more than what we see right now on a daily basis. So, exactly. Slim, you nailed it right on the head there. Squatching is slang for clandestine methamphetamine use. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. What else do we got here? There's supposedly caves leading into the hollow earth on Mount Everest. There's also a story of a portal opening every 7 years to the holy city of Shambhala. I did not know that. That would be very, very cool. And Mongolan Monster, you're absolutely right. It is about entertainment. It's not about finding anything. I am taking a drink here. I mean, how many times on the show do we have to hear one of the cameramen or producers fart and we get told that's a squatch? Squatch. Even say Mogion. Oh, I'm sorry. Mogion. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. I have this, ever since I was in sports radio, I have this thing about pronouncing names right. It's one of my pet peeves. One of my pet peeves. If you look right here, right there, that's my bottle of Night Train from the Guns N' Roses album, Appetite for Destruction. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. So that's kind of awesome. I can't believe there's 20 of you people here. That's awesome. I'm actually quite surprised by this. Quite surprised. Don't forget, if you know what? I try and do as much as I can for free, because one of the things that bugged me about other shows like ours is that they would charge for the archives. And there were times when I really, really wanted to re-listen to a show. I know there's still no Guns N' Roses whistle. But I'll never charge for the archives. I don't want to do that. I think that's kind of bullshit in my opinion. But I understand why certain people in certain shows do that. A good way to support what we do, because I'll be honest with you, I do this 5 days a week. It's a 7-day-a-week job. Besides my daytime career as well, we're trying to get this syndicated. We're trying to get this picked up, but every little bit helps. And if you aren't subscribed to this, or you know people who are watching us but I haven't hit that subscribe button, that helps. That really helps. Another thing is, you know what would be really cool is if you can afford it, head to our store, buy yourself a Spaced Out Radio t-shirt. That helps as well. We love being able to see our logos. I want a picture of it so that way we can put it on our website and show that where you guys are wearing your Spaced Out Radio gear. That's the best way to support what we do, is just hit those subscribe and like buttons and give the thumbs up on the episodes. That would be fantastic. Dave's had a few guests on from here, I think. Oh, really? I did not know that, Mogion. I did not know that. I would actually like to check that out. I really would. Ivor, you should check out our episode with our 2 episodes that we've done with Simon Entwistle. He leads a ghost tour, one of the most popular ghost tours. He's also on the BBC every now and again, talking about hauntings. He's really up to date on the Jack the Ripper walk that he takes. You'd really enjoy that. Where am I located? I am in central British Columbia. So I am way, way north of you. I'm about a 5.5 hour drive northeast of Vancouver. And I live in a small community, about 1,000 people. My area, oh, you've been on one of his tours. That's awesome. That's awesome. My area is literally about 1,000 people. There's not even any street lights in my area. It's kind of cool. You're driving dark all the time. UFO Not, hi. How are you? Evasius, hi. How are you? Are you okay from the fires? Let us know, please, because I know what that's like. I know what that's like, and it's scary as anything. I hope you and every over there is able to check that out. Well, I don't remember all of them, Trip. There are some I've forgotten. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I try. Jessica Randolph or Jesse Randolph. Hi, how are you, Jesse? Good to hang out with you. Any more questions that you guys would like an opinion on? I do tell Chris Cogswell that all the time. Chris is a fantastic guy. And very honest, very bright, way too smart for me, way too smart. But he has this beautiful ability to dumb things down for me to understand. I am so not a science guy, but Chris is an amazing guy. He's actually coming back on Reality Paranormal this month, which will be on Wednesday. And so that's kind of cool. Still 30, that's 100 degrees at 7:49 p.m. My God. Okay. I feel there is a large Bigfoot presence on Vancouver Island. My thoughts? Absolutely. Especially on the West Coast. From Mid-Island, so from like Nanaimo on up, or pardon me, about Cowichan Bay on up, there are a lot of sightings. And there is some incredible sightings on the West Coast near Bamfield and Ucluelet, Tofino area. It is phenomenal how many Sasquatch reports come out of there. And it's a great area. There's actually, and I've heard these accounts, I don't know how true they are, so please don't quote me on them. Okay, but I've actually heard accounts that people in boats have seen Sasquatch swimming in between the islands, between the mainland and Vancouver Island, and there's all these little islands in between. I don't know how true that is, but that's just the way, what I've heard. Ivor, do you believe in a God, and do you think religion finds you rather than vice versa? I do believe in God. I'm not a religious guy at all. I cannot stand churches. I think they're quite hypocritical. But I have a very strong belief in God and what religious people would consider God. Nick, thank you so much. I don't push my beliefs on everybody because I believe it's a personal relationship. Am I a Christian or of any faith or denomination? No, not at all. There's this one meme out there. It's absolutely awesome, where it shows a picture of nature and all these trees, and it says, "This is my church." And that's what I love doing. Is I love going out to nature and just kind of hanging out and being a part of it and just letting it go. It's amazing. Like, I don't know when the last time you spent time in a forest, but if you get the opportunity, go spend a couple of hours in a forest. It's amazing how tired you get from just whether you're driving or just walking around. Nature has this beautiful aura about it that just wears you right out. It's like it just drains you of all the toxicity that builds up in your body, like stress and arguments and people and frustrations, and you just get to let it go in nature. And it's funny because every time I go out into the forest and just walk around, the fresh air too, I just feel completely cleansed of everything. I get home and all I want to do is have a nap. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I'm sure the fresh air has something to do with it. Wow, we're up to 28 people. That's kind of cool. All right, next. My thoughts on the Yowie, real. Maybe they'll find one through all the burnings there. I mean, it's sad to say that, but you never know. I mean, god damn, that whole continent is on fire. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But yes, I do believe in it. I do believe that the Sasquatch, Yowie, the Yeti has been seen absolutely everywhere. And Um, I think it's only a matter of time. But I do believe there is something supernatural to this type of creature. Ivor, I believe in something as I've aged and my health is in decline. I'm wondering more and more about what it's all about, life that is. I think that's the big answer that we're all looking for, really. But God bless you, man. You know, stay strong, Ivor. We need you here for a while. Slim. Hey, Slim, how you doing? I set up trail cams at Wood Canyon Lake and caught the monster having tea party with Polly Prissy Pants. Well, that's nice. That's nice. Polly Prissy Pants. Wasn't that from, wasn't there an episode with Cartman? I believe so. South Park. Cartman was having tea with Polly Prissy Pants. What episode was that? Was that the one where he chopped up the kids' parents and fed them in his chili? Because he found a video on that? I think so. I think so. Other question. Any updates on Devil's Creek? No. No, I apologize. I don't. Sorry, once again, if you're just joining us, over here is where my big screen is, and I'm just reading the comments there because I have troubles reading them, like right here. Have troubles. Let's see. Normally during my streams I have music playing, but due to YouTube copyright laws, it's kind of hard. Let me see here if I missed any. I just want to make sure I get everything for you guys because you guys are kind enough to hang out. Dogman. Dogman, I am starting to believe in that. I am really starting to believe in that. And I don't know where. I did talk to a First Nations gentleman this fall asking him about Dogman in this area. And he said a couple of years ago, him and his brother were out hunting by one of the lakes, and they actually saw two of them walking together. In fact, his brother had one of them lined up in the sights about 200 yards away, and then put his gun down when the creature looked at him, and they basically said, look, we better get going. So that's, I do believe in them. I don't know how I would react to seeing one. I really don't. There's not much that scares me, you know, and I'm not saying that to act tough, but I've just been through I've been through a lot of experiences of my own. Your choice whether you want to believe me or not. But Dogman, I'm not sure I'd want to run into. I'm really not sure if I'd want to run into that. That one may scare me. All right, Nick, you're a legend. Can't wait for your 2020 SOR content. Not a legend just yet. Don't think I'll ever be. But, you know, we just do what we do. We do what we do. We're about entertainment, man. So, anyways, hey, I want to point something out. If you guys, you probably, maybe some of you have noticed or not, but if you notice, like sometimes I have, my lips are kind of crooked. If you notice that, when I'm talking, I have to like open up my mouth. The reason why is like back in 2004, 2005, I came down with what they call Bell's palsy. I went to bed one night, woke up, and my face was like all drooping like this. And what it is it's a viral infection that you can get. And from the time you notice it, you have like 8 hours to get on steroids to build your body back up, and it just beats the crap out of your body. Like you literally sleep for 3 weeks. I remember having to go to the bathroom, and it would be like my bathroom was like 40 feet away from my couch, and By the time I got to the bathroom, I'd have, and I'm not trying to be gross here, but I'd actually have to sit down to go to the bathroom, and I'd fall asleep on the bathroom. Then my legs would get numb, and then I'd have to crawl back to the couch where I'd fall asleep again. It just absolutely beats the crap out of you. So literally right there and right in here, I'm still a little paralyzed from that. So it bugs me because all of a sudden I'll be talking and like my lips will be like, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So like this side will open fine, this side doesn't, but that's okay. So if you're wondering, why the hell is Dave's face crooked? That would be why. All right. Are you in favor of killing a Bigfoot in order to prove its existence? No. And I'll take that one step further. I don't believe a Bigfoot can be killed. I don't think so. I don't know why. I just don't think so. I think there's something real supernatural about this creature. We've heard stories of people shooting it. We've heard stories of people hitting it with bullets. And we just have not had that ability to knock one down, take one down. So I don't think it can be killed. I really don't. I really don't. Exactly. Ape Canyon is where a couple of hunters apparently shot a couple and they got terrorized. This was back in like the late 20s, early 30s. Geez, 100 years ago already. Holy cow. And I don't know if it ever fell off a cliff, but I do know that it was not very good because they were tortured like all night by this creature or this group of creatures that really I don't know how to put it. It really freaked them out, really freaked them out. Let me see here. I've been on the fence with Dogman, but after listening to many eyewitnesses accounts, I tend to believe it more and more. I'm the same way. I'm the exact same way. Interview with Alan Greenfield was awesome. Expansion on Hellier. I love the Hellier series. I really do. I can't talk highly enough of it. I know for some people it seems boring. That there's a lot of interviews and not a lot of actual like footage from caves or searching for these creatures. But I think Greg and Dana Newkirk, Connor Randall, Tyler Strand, Carl Pfeiffer, and even John Tenney to an extent are very, very much into decoding something that is pretty cool. I don't think it has anything to do with monsters. I'm really, really leaning towards that they are being indoctrinated into something. I wish I knew what it was, but I don't know. But I'm fascinated by this. I am absolutely fascinated. And Alan Greenfield, that was my first time talking to him. And what a trip that guy is. What a trip Alan Greenfield is. He said he'd come on anytime. So we're definitely going to stay in touch with him. Let me see. Love to hear my thoughts on Dyatlov Pass. Oh. I don't think it was human. I really do not think it was human at all. I don't know if it was a Sasquatch. I don't know if it was aliens. But with the strangeness of that case, from the one guy's body being stuck in a tree to the other guy's tongue being ripped out to the tent being ripped apart from the inside on out to the crushing of internal organs without breaking bones, I think it is fucking weird. Let's just be honest. It is probably the weirdest case in the world. Is it aliens? Is it Bigfoot? Is it some other type of monster? I don't know. I do not pass it off for an alien for a Russian experiment. I do not pass it off for something else. Um, I've done a couple of shows on that. If I could remember her name, her website is dyatlovpass.com. She is like a huge researcher into this. Oh my goodness, I feel bad that I can't remember her name. And I also did one with an author named Keith McCloskey, who's been up to that area twice, and he's from the UK as well. He's pretty solid on that too. So, I better not tilt my head there. You can see I haven't shaved in a couple of days. I apologize. But yeah, it's they're both on our YouTube channel for Dyatlov Pass. But yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. There's Dogman in the Dominican Republic. Justin, I did not know that. I did not know that at all. Since Dogman was brought up, what are your thoughts on the Nahanni Valley? Susan, I apologize. I don't know where that is. Give me a second and I will Google that. South Nahanni. Is that in Ontario? Where is that? It's in the Northwest Territories. You know what? Send me a private note on Facebook, and I will try and find someone to see what's going on there. Amber Bekkerud may have somebody in there. Yeah, that would be a cool show. That'd be a real cool show. So we could try that. What channel is Hellier on? Mungion, all you do is type in Hellier on YouTube. It's all free. So Hellier is a 5-part series, and then if you go Hellier 2, it's a 10-part series. It's on the channel Planet Weird. That's Greg and Dana's channel. So if you want to check that on out there, that would be great. I suggest you do. Pico Duarte is the highest point in the Caribbean. I'm from Santiago. At the base of the mountain, when I was young, I saw one on my great grandmother's ranch. Oh my goodness, that is scary. Type in what that was like to see that. Do you remember details? That's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. I would be just flipping out, man, if I saw one. That's why when I go into the bush, I bring toilet paper just in case. Oh, you live in New York City? Are you a Yankees fan? Are you a Yankees fan, Justin? Let me know. Because if you're a Mets fan, we may have some troubles. Old Davey's a Yankees fan. Let's see here. Slim, one night in 1994 near Sholo, Arizona, my friend and I saw a 9-foot-tall being. I'd never been so scared before nor since. My buddy won't talk about it, but I've never stopped trying to find out more. That's incredible. And you know what? The worst part about that, Slim, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, is that incident was probably really short-lived, but it screwed up your entire life because you've been searching for answers as to what you saw and what it's all about, and there's only like a slim pickings of information, no pun intended, that you can actually get any type of information. See, that was my frustration, and that's why I actually started Spaced Out Radio in 2014, because my experiences that I was having, like for instance, when my friends and I saw the black triangle over top of my house, it was different than every other triangle that I had seen because the entire undercarriage was lit up. And you go online and search the pictures. Well, you got the 3 lights on each corner, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe you got the big orb in the middle. That was nothing like what we saw. Nothing. So it's frustrating when you have these experiences and you're trying to live or find out the information that see if other people are having it, but it's just not there. And that's the problem that I had, and that's why I ended up starting the show, because all my experiences just seem to be so different comparatively to everybody else. Wow, we're at 33 people watching. This is kind of cool. Really cool. Don't forget to give that thumbs up thing. It's right there on my screen, but I'm sure. Hold on, I gotta find the hand here. No, left hand. Right here. Right here. That's where it would be. Give that thumbs up if you don't mind. I don't know why, but just try it out. Give it a thumbs up. Look at me. Looking like a goofball doing this. No, there it is. No, it's over more, you moron. I'm looking at myself on the other screen. Let's see here. The bottle behind you just moved. Did it? Which one? Which one? Did anybody else see that? Did the bottle move? Oh, now I'm going to have to replay this. What's our time at? 45 minutes. I'm going to have to replay that. Chris, you better not be pulling my leg here, because that's actually kind of cool. We do get some strange stuff in here. We do. So, that would be kind of cool if it did move. Great show on Spreaker, thank you. Susan, they call it Headless Valley, can only fly in, and over the last 100 years, several people have been found decapitated, started during the gold rush days. Clean cuts also. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see here. The green label one, it did. Did anybody else see the bottle move? Oh, we're going to have to do this. Wish you'd do this in front of the window one time on scope. An orb was seen. Yeah, that was kind of cool. That orb actually was flying right by my face. Remember that? That was weird. That was totally weird. Let's see here. What else we got here? Any other questions from all of you out there? 35 people. Holy shit. That's actually kind of cool. Kind of cool. Wish I had something to show you guys. I do have a collection of gnomes in here now. Because I am one with the gnomes now. Ross, hey Ross. Why such an increase in cryptid sightings worldwide? I think because more people are starting to go outside and the monsters are among us. More people are filming. I think they're catching a lot of things that they're not sure that they actually caught until they review the films. So, Philip. Hey, Philip. Have you ever seen the Fey folk up here? Good question. Up here. Good question. I have seen fairies. I actually, a couple of years ago was the last time I saw them. It was before the forest fires. I went out to take my dog out for after the show one night, and I actually saw two balls, because at night they light up like little orbs, and I actually saw two of them sitting on my fence line in between my neighbor's house. My daughter, when we first moved up here, she saw fairies everywhere. She would go into our backyard or the green belt in behind our house, and she would just sit in the grass and meditate. And she would, did anybody see an orb up here? Just curious. I swear I just saw an orb whip by. But she would go out in our back 40 and she would go sit down in the grass, and she would say that all the fairies would like come in and hang out with her. Has had fairies in her room and everything. So yeah, I do believe in the fairies, and yeah, it's kind of cool. What else do we got here? I'm trying to keep up here. I apologize. This is my first time doing this, so please bear with me. Okay, so I'm caught up to that part. Best spot in the world to see a Bigfoot? Right here in British Columbia. But then again, I am biased to that. very biased to that. I would say that whole junket between the whole Cascadia area, so British Columbia, Washington State, Oregon, California, into the Sierra Nevadas in that area, I think that's the best place, in my opinion. What's your opinion on what is happening with the missing people in national parks? My opinion, portals. Portals. That's my opinion. I know it's probably not popular or anything that's kind of weird, but I will say portals. When you have people, okay, take the story that David Politis told us on the show, where a young girl in Ontario was riding horseback with her sister and her twin sister and the friend, and the sister and the friend go one direction, the other girl goes on another trail with the horse, and the horse and the person or this young girl are never seen again. And how many times do we hear when people are disappearing, everything is gone? Like there's not a trace of them, no food wrappers, no nothing. I think portals. I think that's what's happening. And they walk through that portal, everything is normal, and they're not missing, yet on our side they are. That's my theory. That's what I think is going on. Otherwise, aliens and Bigfoot, I think they contribute too, but mainly I would say portals. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Fae folk, we already answered that. Missing people, answered that. Who's Jay Misses? Mascus? Who's Jay Mascus? The Dominican Republic, Clear Floss. Ross, thank you for... appreciate that, Ross. Sorry, I'm just getting all caught up here. And... oh, not if you saw in Saskatchewan, who's this here? The California Mr. Biffles show. In Saskatchewan, you can watch your dog run for like 40 miles. It's so flat. Hey, David, everyone. Duendes are known to disappear people too. True. Very true. Hey, Grizz. Welcome. Saw a low fireball by there, and when I called the UFO station, they thought I was pranking them. That doesn't surprise me. You know what? If you have any issues or sightings like that, do me a favor. Head to our website, spacedoutradio.com. We have this area called the SOR Sightlines Report, and it's really, really cool, where you could fill out, I have an independent company called TESSA, the Experiencer Support Association, run by Ryan Stacy out of Toronto, Ontario. Everything is independent. Your information is protected. They will do an investigation on that completely free. So you could go to our website, fill out a Sightlines report. I went with them on there because of their independence from any other big group. They're not associated with BFRO or MUFON or anybody like that or any of the bigger organizations, and they would love to, get your report in there. Is it possible cryptids are using portals? Yes. Yes. In my strange belief of Bigfoot, I do believe that they are dimensional or shapeshifters, much like what a lot of First Nations believe. I mean, there's so much evidence out there where you see tracks of footprints just stop. Whether it's in the snow or the mud or along a dirt road or whatever, like the prints just stop. How are they just stopping? That's what I want to know. I really don't know anything else besides it. But I find it very strange. I really, really do. So yes, I don't believe that Sasquatch is a natural creature of Earth. I know I'm in the minority of saying that. I've got my roll of tinfoil right here just in case I decide to go a little bit too woo. And yeah, so that's what That's what I do. Bring up the prints at 108 House. I can't because I don't have them casted. And I got them on my phone where I'm broadcasting off of, so I can't really bring them up. But we do have pictures of footprints in the area. Let's see here. Yes, guys, thanks for looking at, but seriously, watch around him. He's I'm still tripped out that that bottle moved. That's at the 45-minute mark. We're gonna have to check that out. Let's make sure that I'm caught up on everything. Yeah, there's a lot of Bigfoot reports in Montana, Idaho as well. I think they like the potatoes. Have you done a show on Xana? No, please fill me in what Xana is. I'm always looking for new shows and topics. Very clear picture of an apparition I took at a graveyard. Do you have an email I could send it to? If you could send it to my Facebook page, Spaced Out Radio Show, that would be the easiest, or info@spacedoutradio.com. Info@spacedoutradio.com. I have much better report first-hand experience with shapeshifters. One of them even shifted into me and chased by giant orbs. Not sure I really want to go through that again by doing a report. No kidding. Wow. Wow. Philip. Is there a book about your region? J. Allen Hynek Publishing did an interesting book about the Yakima, Washington area that's now out of print, but you can get it. What might these places have in common? I think it's a number of things. I think it's the natural area of everything. I think it's yes, Trip. Thank you. Join the Space Travelers Club. It's only $5 a month on our website. You can post everything in there as well. It's hard to say, but this BC, Washington, Oregon area, it's pretty amazing. We do have Peak Woo t-shirts, Derek. We do have Peak Woo t-shirts. It's like a gas gauge with a big arrow showing that we are full. Peak Woo. Absolutely. Show you something here. This is kind of cool. It's what my sister got me for Christmas. I gotta hang that up yet. What else can I show you guys around here? This is the picture a young lady named Chloe made for me in the UK. What's really cool about this is in this window here, I'll bring it real close. It actually looks like there's like an alien head in there. But she did this in school, and she's 9 years old, so any day she should be getting a package from me here, because I send her a package back. But she did this as a school project, and then she sent it to me from Scotland, actually. And so when I saw it, I mean, we got Devil's Tower right here. So Team Stump, we do have Team Stump t-shirts on our store as well. So that's kind of cool how she did that. I love receiving fan stuff, man. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Trip, this is for you. I got a gnome in a cage. Yeah. What else do we got here? Oh, you guys want to see something cool? I'll show you something cool. This little envelope was sent to me by Rob Mercer from Ohio a couple of years ago. In here were actual real classified Project Blue Book documents. Hey Trip, could you post the link to our website for the shirts, please? That would be kind of cool if you could. Thank you. Love you, Teresa. You have an amazing time. Remember, you got to be in San Francisco again to watch me speak. You have to. But I'll show you some of these documents. This is actually really cool because I don't get to pull these out very often. Here's a photo of a UFO from the real Project Blue Book. You can see right there, it says, I'm trying to get the glare off, Foreign Technology Division, and then unclassified. But you can see the UFO right here. And what's really cool is it's numbered 186. So I got that photo. I've got this photo of a Mylar balloon. I don't know why they gave me that, but that's kind of cool. Nice beehive on that lady. Here's a real cool UFO photo that was once classified. This is number 51. You can obviously see it right there. One of these days I'm going to get these framed. This was a model of a scene. You know, you see the cop running, there's the cop car, there's the aliens on their disc right there. So that's kind of cool. What's really cool is the documents. And what's really cool about this is, and I'm going to photocopy some of these, but this here is an actual, and I've got like 2 or 3 of these. This is an actual report to fill out about UFOs that they did for Project Blue Book. That's kind of cool. Very cool. So it's really interesting. Real interesting, this stuff. I love getting shit like this. I really do. Let me see here. Apparently I'm way behind here in the comments. Let's see here. Mogion, thank you so much. And please be a fan. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, we'd love it. And you have a great night too. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Have you done a show about Jacko the Ape Man? Hey, that's a great question. I got to show you this right on my desk. How's that? How's that for a great question? I may be going to Yale this summer to do something on this. Dude, that is so synchronistic right there. Here, that's the title of the book. Okay. There is the author, Christopher L. Murphy. So I want to do a documentary on this so bad because this is just an amazing, amazing story. So for people who don't understand what this is about, this story is about Jacko, the baby Sasquatch that was allegedly found along the railways near Yale, British Columbia. Yale, British Columbia is one of the most important, it's just honestly, it's a shithole now. Because it's very old. They're starting to rebuild it. They've got this new group of people in there that are starting to make the town a little bit more beautiful because it has such a rich heritage. But what it was is Yale was the last stop of the paddle wheelers on the Fraser River before all the gold miners would have to get off, buy themselves horses and mules in Yale to make their way up north to the Klondike for the gold rush. So Yale was an important hub back then, way back when the gold rush was happening. And apparently during this time, one of the trains damn near ran over Jacko, this baby Sasquatch, and they put him in captivity for a while. And oh damn it, this won't go in. They put him in captivity for a while, and then after he was in captivity, he was allegedly bought by the Barnum Bailey Circus, and he was put on a train to head south into the United States, and everybody lost track of him. Now, to me, there's a hell of a documentary sitting there. It really is. The story is like 100 plus years old. Excuse me. But there's a story there that I think is dying to be told, and I'd love to be able to do that. We may be working on that. So that's amazing and synchronistic that you ask about Jacko, and I just happen to have the book on my desk. Adam, love your show from upstate New York. All right. You know what? I've only ever flown over New York, and being a diehard Yankee fan, I got to get there someday. I really got to get there someday. But thank you. What's your idea on the all the phenomena being connected seriously? Wanted to hear your take. Oh, great question. Great question. I strongly believe there is this invisible thread that connects everything from ghosts to cryptids to psychic ability to UFOs and aliens to trees moving in the forest on their own, fairy realm, everything. And, you know, if you look at the big named researchers, okay, I'm thinking John Tenney, I'm thinking David Weatherly, I'm thinking Ross Allison, J.C. Johnson, the late J.C. Johnson was like that, Alan Greenfield, Greg and Dana Newkirk. All of these people, the one thing that they're trying to do is figure out how this all ties together. And there are really way too many people out there right now that say, oh, ghosts have nothing to do with UFOs, or Bigfoot has nothing to do with ghosts, or anything like that. I disagree. I think we are missing probably one of the biggest possibilities going there, that I do believe that there is a connection between them all. And it is absolutely phenomenal how it just comes together, and yet so few people are actually looking into what that common thread is, that invisible thread that ties it all together. I mean, how do you go from an area that has a lot of paranormal activity, where all of a sudden there's UFOs all over the place in that same area? I mean, that's where we need to take the research. We really need to take the research to that level. All this weekend warrior stuff, whether they're paranormal or they're cryptid hunters or whatever, it's useless. It really is useless, and it's all for personal ego. It has nothing to do with furthering the field. If you want to further the field, like with cryptids, you got to be out in the forest every day. You really do. I got a buddy of mine who goes out in the forest almost every day. He can't right now because a lot of the areas are quite snowed in, right? But you have to be out there. You do. Sorry, my throat. So yes, I do believe there is some kind of thread out there. Yes, I will be appearing at UFO Con 2020 in San Francisco, February 20th to 23rd. Go to UFOcon2020.com. I'd love to meet you, so make sure you check that on out. I'd love for you to come join me there. I'm just checking the chat room to see if I've forgotten anything or missed something, so please bear with me. I was curious because I don't recognize him. Who's that? Let's see here. I totally agree. I'm too deep in the rabbit hole for it all not to be connected. Justin, I totally agree with you. I'm way down that rabbit hole. Let's just high five for that right now, okay? Let's just do that. Jump down the rabbit hole, people. It's a lot more fun. All right. Dave has been slowly hitting the UFO cons from East Coast to West Coast. Just did one in Concrete, Washington. Yes. What do I think of the Mandela effect? I think there's something to it. It's weird. It's weird. It trips me out. I'll show you something right here. One of my listeners named Oscar sent me this key. Now, this key is part of the Mandela effect. Yeah. I'm holding a piece of Mandela effect. Now, if you look at the Ford logo, Ford has a little loop. So on the F, it kind of goes big like this, and then it goes down, and then you got the little line across, and there's a little loop there. Ford says that that loop in the Ford has always been there. However, see if we can get that in there. If you look at that key, I don't know if that'll focus. I'm sorry, I'm shaky. It's not coming through very well, I don't think. But the F on this key does not have the loop. See if we can do it from here. No, it's too shiny. Maybe we can do it from there. See if we tilt it. Oh, that's a little too close. So yeah, this key does not have that little loop. So I had one of my friends, Oscar, send that. It's kind of cool. But I do believe there is something to it, more than just coincidence. Susan, where I am, we have the beast of LBL. Seems like not much research has been done on that. I've never heard of the beast of LBL. Susan, let me know about that. I'd love to do something like that. Oh, my head's getting hot. Okay. Bigfoot have camouflage we don't understand because of the Mount St. Helens reports after the eruption. I would agree with that. Trip. Dave is just like this in person. He's not like the rest of the ones that snark at people. Tilt it. I did tilt it. Adam. Dude, awesome. Thanks. We'll get snow out here too. Can't wait for the next show. Awesome. I'm friends with a lot of those people. I don't really know them to do that. They're all pretty down to earth, but that's my only experience. Okay, yeah, a lot of the good people. There's a lot of good people out there, but there is a lot of arrogancy as well. Your hair has grown since I've last seen you, Angela. Yes, it has. But I still keep the sides short. You know. Because my hair is like way too thick for anything. Here, we'll put this one on because this one's kind of fun. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Get a little bit more alien. You always have to, being Canadian and everything, you always have to have an extra toque around. That's for sure. Or, as you Americans call it, beanie. The word Matrix is in the Bible now. It's also full of unicorns and other bizarre stuff that don't belong, like couches, bottles, planets. Also never seen crucifixed Jesus. He is now hung on a tree. LOL. Don't you do that man bun? No, I don't man bun. I've never man bunned. Oh, dude, post that on Twitter, please. What do you want on Twitter? Rhymes with Corey Good, yeah. I'm not sure we'll have him on the show. Don't know. There's a few people we may not have. Hey, Nick, how you doing, man? Marvin. I got this a few years ago. I kind of like it. Chris, Grinning Man, who has met him? I have not. You know who's really good at these real obscure reports? Rob Morphy from Cryptopia.us. Cryptopia.us is the website. Rob is amazing at these reports. I'm sure Carl's laughing right now. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. What else we got here? I don't know. What else can we show you? My favorite guitar. All right. Anything else that you guys like to hang out? I don't even know how to stop this thing, man. Like I said, like, I don't know, does that work? I honestly don't even know how to stop this if I wanted to. I might be live forever. Did I rip a fart a minute ago? No. I was probably the swiveling of my chair. Trust me, I am the kind of guy where I would admit if I, pinched a loaf, man. I'm totally that guy. Totally that guy. Your Ford key, could it be aftermarket? Could very well be. The age of it is very old, though. So it might be not. Oh. Let's see the graveyard apparition here. Let's see if we go. Where is that photo? Oh, that's freaky. That is freaky. Let's see if we can get it bigger. Oh, you could totally see the face. It looks like a statue of a face, man. Okay, there's the far picture, and then the zoomed up one. I wonder. God, I got to figure out this whole YouTube thing so that way I can show you guys some stuff on what's going on. That's kind of cool. All right. Appreciate you sending that out though. That is kind of cool. Cause that still cracks you up. Did you rip a fart? No, man. I would admit to it. I would admit to it, man. Damn it. Totally admit to it. Any events coming up in Eastern Washington, Idaho, Oregon, or Montana? I did put my name through to a couple of events, but I've never heard back. So, I mean, the big thing is it's really hard to get on that conference circuit. This one's even hotter. Because where'd my other one go? Oh, it's right here. The main reason is there's still a lot of people who don't know about us or don't know what we do or anything like that. Or they may have heard of us once or twice, but they've never thought about bringing us on in a conference type level. So it gets a little difficult. I'd love to do it. It comes down to time and money. A lot of these groups, there has to be some give and take. And I don't care if I get paid to do them, but I at least want my hotel and my accommodations and my travel paid for. So, for instance, when I went to Toronto last year to speak at the Alien Cosmic Expo, I mean, I had my hotel paid for. I had some food paid for. I had my flight paid for, and it was fantastic. And so a lot of these conferences just can't afford that because they don't have a budget to do that. But I love the conferences. I love meeting people, and I wish I didn't live so far away in order to do this, but I do. So that's kind of different. Let's see here. Can't believe how many people are here. 42 people. It's kind of cool. Thank you. Totally, thank you. Some secret incident, you said, Brian, as I was typing that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Doug Stevenson is in here. My dog is in here. He doesn't have gas tonight, which is nice. Very nice. I miss these chats too, Trip, just so you know. Steve at How to Hunt requested info what occurred at the 48-kilometer mark at Harrison Lake. Anyone have any idea? The police were called to that. That I do know. There was a missing person out there, and he is still trying to get info on that. If you go back to our episode with Steve Istall back on December 17th, just like a couple weeks ago, I do ask him that question about what happened at Harrison Lake. Very cool, considering at one point that was so close to home. And I used to quad in that area. It's pretty freaky, and there's a lot of forest in there, man. A lot of forest that is just, you don't know where that's coming from or where it's going. So, oh man, I would love to know more. There's so many stories from the Harrison area. It's unbelievable. Will you have Walter Bosley on as a guest anytime soon? I have put out a request to Walter. At this point, he hasn't responded, but Walter and I are friends on Facebook, and we are friends on Twitter. I will try to get him on. I really will. I don't think he likes the time that we're on, but I will do my best for you on that, because he is actually one guy I'd like to interview for sure. Let's see here. Use StreamYard. It's free and a lot easier if you want an easy way to share stuff or turn it off when you are done. OBS is a little bit more complicated, but it's also free. Yeah, the one thing about OBS, we used to run off of OBS, but I need to get myself another computer in order to run that, because my one computer that I had over here, it's just way too old. And it probably won't handle it. We tried putting OBS on the main computer here in order to run it, but it was really screwing with our audio, so we had to take it off, and that's why we had to end our live feeds on Periscope. So once I can get a new computer, then I will look at doing that. I promise you that, because I'd like to do more video. I'd like to do more shows on YouTube and more private stuff on here too. So that's really kind of cool. But yeah, that is in the goal for this year, is to get more camera time on us. And I want to be able to bring up the guest with me as well, because I think that's kind of important as well for those who have cameras or Skype or whatever it may be. But we need that extra computer in order to do that. And right now, I just can't do it. I would love to. I just can't, though. I've got to put my money elsewhere right now. Let's see. Try and get Coast to Coast. If they have you as a guest, it will open you up to the circuit. But you're right, it is pretty tight-knit as a circuit. A lot of times they expect you will be selling. Yeah, and I don't see. Part of the problem is I don't have a book out yet, and they really want books and all that. And I've got 2 in the hopper that I just haven't written on in like a year, because I just don't have time. But eventually, that's one of my goals for this year, is to get at least one of them done. So we'll see how that goes. Believe it or not, I have made very little to no money at conferences from people buying our stuff. That's why we're just directing everybody to the website now, that if you want to get a shirt or something, like I'll go and I'll bring some pamphlets, and I'll bring posters along and so on and so forth. But as for anything else, I won't bring any T-shirts or anything like that along anymore. It's just I end up having to bring them all home, and that just sucks. It's kind of defeating. So that's why I kind of stopped doing that. What do you know about shoes in squatchy areas? It seems like Sasquatch or aliens are leaving people's shoes on the ground when taken. Do the shoes not make it through the portal? Good question. Very, very good question. The shoe thing is kind of weird. It's very weird. I don't know. I really do not have an answer to that. Then you got the Vancouver area with the shoes filled with feet that are bobbing in the water or washing up on shores. That's kind of gross. That's one of those weird clues. One of those weird clues that I don't have the answer to, and I don't want to give you something stupid. Somebody reality. Have you ever had Steve Mara on your guys' show? No. Let me look him up. What's he about? Let me look him up. Oh, the Rochdale Poltergeist? Is that the guy? I'll try and get him. Let me send a message to my guy here. Oh. All right. I got a new booking person, so I'm just sending that all to them. All right, let's get back here. Thank you for the tip. We'll try and get them on. Absolutely. Have you ever heard of the Stardust Ranch? Yes. Yes, let's go slicing aliens with swords. How cool would that be? Slice, slice, karate chop. Good old John there, John Edwards. Good guy. Good guy. Thank you, David. Thanks for being nice to Rich. He is a meathead, but at a lot of times he has the insight. Rich Giordano is brilliant. Brilliant. I love Rich Giordano, and he makes me laugh. Rich makes me laugh. And let's go like that a little bit. And he's one guy I want to meet. He's really one guy I want to meet in this field. And it's weird because I talk to him quite a bit, and it's like we're best friends, and I've just never met the guy. Never met the guy. So that is on my goal. That is my goal, to want to meet him for sure. Let's see here. Let's see, StreamYard is a web app. I'm going to write that down because I know I'm going to forget. StreamYard app. It's a web app. Okay, I'm going to check that out. I appreciate that. I really do. There are leaving issues behind when abducting or stealing them. Have you had Gordon White on the show? No. Gordon White. See, this is why I love having these chats. Let's see here. Is that the Chaos Protocols guy? Magical Techniques? Is that the guy? I'll send a message there too. Where is it here? Go back here. Author. Damn it. Author Gordon White. Let's see here. Yeah, we can try and get him. Adam, it's crazy for all the mainstream media here in the U.S. People are still mostly tone deaf about the UFO phenomenon. Yes, I agree with you. I totally agree with you on that when it comes to the U.S. media. But I'll tell you why. And a lot of people won't believe me, but formerly working in a newsroom and knowing how things work in a newsroom, it's very easy to understand when that happens, because news people are very fickle, they're very stubborn, they're very cranky, they don't believe shit. They are very, really, Trip, the Tim Hortons run, really? One time. God damn, man, you'll never let me live that down. But the media is its own worst enemy when it comes to this subject. You got to realize when that New York Times article came out, the media was literally caught with their pants around their ankles, and they had no idea, and to this day still have no idea how to cover this story. And it's unfortunate, but they're not taking lessons either. They're not taking lessons. They haven't, if you look at it, they haven't given a lot of point counterpoint in regards to it. They really haven't. And that to me is very disappointing on the media's portion on how they have really butchered this story. They've allowed groups like TTSA off the hook. They have really sided with researchers who are more about the technology. I mean, the simple questions, guys, just have not been answered. Okay? Simple questions just have not been answered. And when I think of simple answers or questions, I think of things like you know, when the Pentagon admitted in May that they have been looking into UFOs, why didn't anybody ask them about Roswell or Kecksburg or the Marfa Lights or Brown Mountain or Shag Harbor or any of these creatures and scenarios that have happened? Like, for me, you can't just jump into a story, or pardon me, let me put the analogy this way. All right, yeah, I got to get Jody Cook back on, but let me put the analogy this way. If you're a parent and you take your child, your child who can't swim, to a swimming pool or a lake, are you going to throw them in the deep end first and foremost without a life jacket and say sink or swim? Well, that's what the media has done with the UFO field, is they've tried to jump in, like, talking about that this has only been happening since like 2004 when the Nimitz videos came out, which I do believe are real. Okay. I know there's many others who don't, but I tend to believe that they're real. There's been enough eyewitness testimony on that. And the thing is, there's a lot more behind all of these than what we know right now. There's a lot more behind these scenarios. So why haven't they asked any questions about the history? All right? Why haven't they asked any questions about the... Really? Are you going to spam now, dude? Hold on. I gotta... come on. Don't make me put you in timeout. I just had to put you in timeout. I didn't want to, but you forced me, because not that I'm against Trump. I'm not against anybody. I'm not even American. Okay, I'm Canadian. All right, but hang out, have a good time. Hang out and have a good time. And literally, I'm a pretty good guy to get along with. I just don't like shit. Like, don't come in here and stir shit. I don't allow it in my other chat rooms. I'm not going to allow it here. So, thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out. So, yeah. Anyways, where was I? Where was I? I don't know. And let's go. Yeah, yes, there is, Corey. Hold on. Yep. All right. What the hell is this? Patterson Gimlin Bigfoot Cheeto. That's hilarious. That is friggin' hilarious. All right. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here. Where are we? Cosmetic cow mutilation started back up. Yeah, those are kind of weird. Okay, I'm going to take like a 3-minute break here. All right. I'd take you with me, but you're not going to see anything because I'm like totally going to be outside having a quick cigarette. I'm going to play some music for you guys while we're here. Hold on. I'll play some music and I'll be back here. Hold on. Let's just go like this. Let's go like this. Gotta find my man Bumblefoot here. Let's go here, and we'll go here. Well, let's just go here. Oh look, I'm still live. Look at that. All right. The only reason why I'm playing Bumblefoot is because I have the, I'm allowed to do that. I'm totally allowed to do that. So let's start you off here. Hold on, let's just pause this for a minute. There you go. I'll be back in just a couple of minutes here. I'll be back. I'm back. Isn't that awesome? There we go. My goodness. We'll just go like that. I'm not interested in the whole politics thing. I'm just not interested in it. So I'll just keep blocking them. Whatever. Whatever. Lee, how are you? Thanks for joining us. Give you a wrench. I don't even know how to do that. There. I think that's how we do it. There. Trip, we should probably make you one of those too. There we go. Like I said, I'm new to this whole YouTube thing right now. So, yeah. Try the whole Hellier thing out. You'll be very thankful that you did. Probably be flagged for this, so I'll have to get music. All right. What else we got here? What else we got here? Yeah, the Hellier series is fantastic. If you haven't checked it out, just go to the YouTube channel Planet Weird, and you can watch season 1, which is 5 episodes. Season 2 is like 10 episodes, so make sure you check that out. Greg and Dana Newkirk, Carl Pfeiffer, Connor Randall, Tyler Strand, John Tenney, they've all worked really hard on this case, so make sure you check that on out. Yeah, I think they're doing what they're supposed to do. I really do. Hey, Creepy. How you doing, man? All right. And, yeah, Hellier is very well done. Hey, Evasius, you're still here. How you doing? Do you have like a mask on that you're wearing just to protect your lungs from the smoke? From the fires there? Should probably do that. Yeah. Pretty damn cool. I've never, like I said, I've never done this before, so you can send Walter Bosley a DM. Yeah, Walter and I have talked. Like I said, Philip, I am trying to get Walter. Hopefully one day we could get him on. His schedule's pretty busy, but I do want to get him on and go from there. Also, should point out that part of Spaced Out Radio, we support Chive Charities, chivecharities.org. So if you're looking at donating where you know your money is going to go to a proper charity that's going to go to actually help people rather than help executives, chivecharities.org. We should put that up there too. So that's kind of cool. I'll be honest with you, I'm getting kind of tired. I don't know how to turn this friggin' thing off. I really don't. I still can't believe we got 41 people watching. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we have grizzly bears in our area too, Creepy, and I haven't seen one yet. I've seen a big pile of their crap though. Holy cow. When they drop a deuce, it is something big. I'm in British Columbia, northwest of you. Have you ever tried to get Sasquatch Ontario on? I haven't tried in a long time. I will try that again. That again. Don't forget to hit the like button if you don't mind. Sorry, for those who are just jumping in, if you see me looking this way, it's because I'm watching the chat on my main screen. I'm filming on my phone here, but I'm watching the chat there. So if you see me looking over that way, it's because I am looking. Do I hunt or anything? No, but I am going to be getting my firearms license and my PAL this year because we go into a lot of areas where there's a lot of animals that could kill you when we're out in the forest looking around. And so I do want to get my firearms license. It's a little bit more of a process here in Canada than it is in the United States. It takes a couple of months to get your firearms license, plus you have to take some courses, but that is something that I do plan on doing. Hey, Hadarok, what's going on, man? What's going on? Good to have you join us. Actually, Hotterock is my new booking coordinator. So if you have any guests, Bonners Ferry, Idaho. I have actually been there, man. I have actually been there. There's a lot of Haldeman Mennonites there. I got family down there. All the ladies wear the black beanie on the back of their head, and all the men have beards, and some of them don't have mustaches. Yeah, I totally know where you are. That is one giant hill to drive going up towards the border in Creston. I have totally been there. Totally been there. I know exactly where you are. I almost died on that hill going back up. I drove to Idaho down to Bonners Ferry because my ex-wife, I'd never been to Idaho before, and I wanted to go to Idaho. So my ex-wife says to me, I called her up and said, I'm going to Idaho. Do you want anything? She goes, bring me back some potatoes. So I had to go find some potatoes at the Safeway there to get real Idaho potatoes for her. And so we drove into Bonners Ferry, and I'm looking, and it's like just like, where I grew up, man, where it's like all Haldeman Mennonites around, and I'm like, oh God, I got relatives here. This is kind of cool, and but it was kind of fun. It was kind of fun, but when we were coming back up oh God, it's like, I don't know, it seems like a 10-mile climb to get back north. And this guy had this trailer full of scrap metal that wasn't strapped down very tightly, and his entire load of metal came down right in front of me, and I had to quickly swerve into the other lane in order to miss it. But thank God I was paying attention, because that would have been one hell of a drop on the other side. So yeah, been there. Bonners Ferry. That's kind of funny. Teresa, they don't say it's real though. I like Blair Witch, not real, but still a good show. Oh, you must be talking about Hellier. Yeah, they're on some kind of quest. I don't know what it is, but they are on some kind of quest. Well, that's a nice curl right there. That's a nice curl. Vote Sasquatch 2020. Of course. Have you had any Ouija board experiences? Yes. I was reminded of the one today. We were playing at my friend's house. We were playing on a spirit board, and he had this wood stove that heated up his house. And there were 4 of us sitting around the kitchen table. One was taking notes. 3 of us were on the planchette. And all of a sudden, Dave, the other Dave, he goes, hey, who lit the wood stove? So he's asking all the kids in the house, and they're like, no, we didn't touch it, because there was a fire going in the wood stove. And all of a sudden, the planchette started swirling. And the lady of the house, which I'd never mentioned her name, she goes to the board, did you start the fire? And it goes to yes. And we kind of laughed, and because you kind of tighten up a little bit, like, oh crap. And then the board spelled out, I was cold, when we asked why they started the fire. So that was really, really cool. That fire, this happened at like 10:30 at night, and the fireplace hadn't been lit since 9 o'clock that morning. So it was literally out for 12 and a half hours. So that was kind of creepy when that happened, for sure. That's probably the best Ouija board experience I have. Let's see. Yeah, deer hunting up here is really, really good. Ross, ask Military X-Type to share their UFO, USO stories. We did a show with Gary Voorhees, who was on the USS Princeton when the Nimitz incident happened. That's a pretty good episode if you want to check that out. Lee, love the beard and hair, Dave. Thank you. I'm thinking I may, in the next little bit, start to grow the beard back. I had it down to here at one point. I'm thinking I may do that. Have you ever had Kwani Lapsaritis on the show? Yes, I have. Really like Kwani. He's a good guy. Ruby Ridge, that's kind of a weird story. My uncle and his brother had a Ouija board experience in Pocatello. when they lived by the brothel Red House. At one point, the board lifted off the ground and they ran out, never did it again. But they never closed it off. They never closed it off. Well, let's see here. What else? Am I caught up? I think I'm caught up. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I still can't believe there's 45 people watching. Hi, Rila. Welcome to this channel. This is the first time we're live. Usually you'll have like all of our archives and everything down here. So it was pretty, it's pretty cool. I'm quite surprised that we have this many people watching. Oh, I just gave myself a thumbs up there. Why not? Let's see, what else do I got here? I don't have much cool stuff in here. Wish I had more to show you guys. I really did. You know? Saw about 6 good shooting stars tonight. They just looked at all the stars. Yeah, the meteor showers tonight. It's supposed to be a good one. Yes, I do like the show though. Most thing is real. They never say that. Thank you for the hair compliment, Teresa. I did a good wash and conditioner yesterday. So it's a little poofy. Looks pretty good when it's straightened. I don't know how to flat iron though. I have to go in and get it done. Have you had Chris Obeck on to talk about the Magonia exchange? No. Hadarok, you might want to write that down. We're always looking for ideas. So that's cool. If you got ideas, we'll check them on out for sure. We're not surrendering our gun rights. Totally not surrendering our gun rights. No need to do that. You know, they want to do some funky stuff up here, tighten it all up, but it's pretty tight as it is. Let's see here. You like Guns N' Roses? I like too, especially with Sweet Child of the Mine. I have the CD. It's all about Paradise City for me. All about Paradise City. Greatest song ever. My Guns N' Roses stuff. There's my VIP pass. I don't know if you could see that. Bring that there. My VIP pass. It's my bottle of Night Train, my album. I got a CD there. I got a couple of bags there. Magazine. Got my Guns N' Roses candles. Yeah. I like my GNR. I like my GNR. What do you think of using night vision to look at the night skies? You know what? I've only ever done that once, and I thought it was a complete trip. Absolutely loving it. It's 5:15 a.m. on the East Coast, USA, so more will join. I'm learning this. Hey, Renee, how you doing? China wants guns banned here too. Applesauce. Applesauce. How are you? How are you? Yeah, kind of cool. Now, are all of you subscribed to our show? Are all of you subscribed to our channel that are on here right now? That's what I'm curious about, because if you haven't, I would love it if you could subscribe to us. That would be kind of cool. Carl is watching. Wonder where Carl is right now. Should we find out? You guys want to find out with me? Let's see. Hold on. Let's find out where Carl is. No, he's not at the window. He's not at the window. He hasn't been around since October 27th, 2017. Hey, Mala, how are you? All right. I'm a Pendulum kind of guy. Where's Gufon Radio? Little Richie G is probably asleep right now. So I'm a Pendulum guy. So maybe some of you believe in that, some don't. Which one do you want? Blue? Or the big heavy silver one? Lapis? Okay, how do I set you up as a different one, Trip? I don't know how, man. I don't know how. I'll figure that out later, brother. Let's see here. Okay, for those of you who don't know who Carl is, back on April 20th, 2015, I was interviewing a guy named Harvey Kraft, and we were talking Buddha, and I hadn't had an experience for a while, and Carl, at my old house, my studio was in an upstairs bedroom. I had a rancher style house, and the bedroom was right beside the front door. And so the window was like, it'd be the equivalent to where my passes are right here. And I saw something move out of the corner of my eye out the window. And from there, I'm thinking, oh shit, somebody's coming to the door. There's going to be noise. My dogs are going to start barking, and they're not going to keep quiet, and it's going to cause a lot of issues with the audio and everything like that. So Harvey started talking. I put my microphone on mute, swiveled my chair like this to see who was out the window, and on the other side of the window, there was a giant gray-headed alien with big black eyes staring back at me out the window. And I mean, I did what any man would do. I fell back in my chair. I screamed like a schoolgirl getting freaked out, and jumped up and ran to the window because I wanted to see where this thing went, and it was gone. So he's kind of become our mascot, and we call him Carl. And I don't know why I call him Carl, but I just do. That's kind of the way it is. Onion rings. What's the primary focus of this channel? We're a radio broadcast that puts our podcasts and archives on YouTube, and this is the first time we've actually gone live after our show. We were actually off the air 2 hours and 21 minutes ago, and I just figured, what the hell? I've never done this before, and figured we'd try it out and see how it works. And I'm surprised that so many people are here. I really am. I was expecting to be on here like 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes tops, but more people kept coming in. So that's what I did. That's why we're still here. All right, let me just kind of figure it out because my chain is kind of screwed up here on my pendulum, so I just got to try and fix this. We'll see if we can figure out where Carl is. Oh, there we go. I'm going to tilt this down a little bit so you guys can see. Can you see that? There we go. I think that'll do it. All right. So let's put some intention into this thing. All right. So let's just pray that I don't shake, because I am a little bit of a shaker. All right. So usually the pendulum for me goes that way for a yes. Can you show a no, please? Show a no. Thank you. And then it circles for a no. So let's find out, shall we? So my spirit guide that I talked to through this, his name is Jordan. So I'm going to call Jordan. And Jordan, are you here? Yes. Is Carl around anywhere? No. Is he way up in space somewhere? Yes. Can he hear us? Yes. Will he be coming around soon? Oh, this is going to a no. No. Will he be coming around in 2020? No. Damn it, Carl. Is he laughing at us right now if he can hear us? Yes. Damn you, Carl. Damn you. All right, that's good enough. All right. Damn Carl. Thank you, Jordan. Anyways, that's what we do. Did I go outside to chase Carl? The second time I did when he came around. Yes. And do you remember that in the movie Signs where there's all that type of sound? Yeah. I had that in my backyard. That was kind of trippy. Standing on my patio listening to this conversation. So that was kind of cool. All right, sorry. Just had to message a friend. Yeah. It's kind of freaky when that happens. All right, what did I miss here? Don't give up on Bigfoot hunting. They're real. Yes, they are. I'm not giving up on Bigfoot. I'm going to see Bigfoot this year. I really am. Cannot get Sweet Child of Mine out of my head in high school when that came out. Yes. All about Paradise City, though. It's all about Paradise City. Georgia loves SOR. Well, we love Georgia. Do you listen to us on WQEE? Just kind of curious. In Noonan, we're live there. Oumuamua. Yeah, that was an alien ship. Aliens, man. Let's think here. Yeah. Ran to Tim Hortons. I'm not going searching for aliens without an ice cap and a donut. That's what happened. Where's Lagrange pot? Oh, he removed it. Removed it. Am I missing anything here? Halloween, onion rings, it's paranormal, cryptic, UFO. Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of seeing what's going on here. Yeah, pendulums are cool. You'll know which one to choose, man. You'll know which one to choose, and if it'll choose you. You'll just put your eyes on it, and you'll like, okay, that's the one. Ever see a shadow person or animal? Yes. Way before I got into this stuff, I remember. I think this was back in like 2005. I remember I was coming home from work, and I lived in a basement suite. My ex-wife and I had just separated. And about 3 weeks previous, I was listening Coast to Coast, and Art Bell was talking about shadow people. And we were talking about, or this conversation. So I go around. In order to go to my basement suite, I had to walk through. Okay, I'd park on this in front of the house. I'd then have to walk through a gate, go through the back side, the back of the house, and my door was underneath the patio. And that area had bears and cougars and raccoons and everything like that. So I ended up, as I was coming towards the turn to go to my door, I noticed that the sensor light was on. And so I kind of went wide towards this. There was a cement barrier wall right there, probably, wasn't very far. And I went wide on that and kind of just started looking kind of like, uh-oh, is there an animal there? I was thinking raccoon. And right at the front of my door was a shadow person standing there. And then I kind of just stopped and stared at it. It then turned, it was looking at the door. It then turned and looked at me. And then dashed right through this cement barrier wall. It was fantastic. Weird. Very weird. But yes, I have seen a shadow person. Let's see here. Just seeing if I missed anything. What are your thoughts on the new show called Expedition Bigfoot? I have not watched it. I do apologize. That's one that I do want to watch. I don't watch a lot of the shows out there because when I moved up north here from I used to live about an hour east of Vancouver. When I moved up north, 4 years ago, we decided not to get cable. I miss NHL hockey, though, and football. That's what I do miss. But the rest of it, I really couldn't care too less about. But, so no, I have not seen it yet. Let's see here. Bears, cougars, raccoons. Oh, my. Absolutely. Oregon Public Radio recently reported on a wave of cattle mutilations. I have heard that. I have heard about that. We're going to be looking into. There's Oob, Joe's Maine. Now, Joe, who just entered the chat room, he's got better hair than I do. He's got way better hair than I do. So, he's the one we bow to when it comes to great hair. Although I'm catching up, Joe. I'm catching up. I'm getting there. I've only got about another 10 inches to go to catch you. Maybe 12 inches to go, but I'll get there one day. I will get there one day. Let's see here. Teresa, I'm all about the moon now. I saw glowing eyes glowing on can bottoms. People that don't blow my mind. Anything is possible. Absolutely. Anything is possible. Let's see here. You come to Mexico for vacation? I would love to go to Mexico for vacation. I really would. Lots of sharks around there, so I won't see the ocean. Do I believe in Wendigo? Yes, I believe in a lot of the First Nations legends. So yes, I do believe in Wendigo. You guys and your hair are killing me. Had Duck Dynasty going on. Posted pic in the SOR forum, but wife hates it, so I gave in. Now just a Sam Elliott stash. That's still a beautiful mustache. Still a beautiful mustache. We like good facial hair and good hair on Spaced Out Radio. We will make sure that we compliment it all because we have to. Please talk about your gnome encounter. Wasn't really a gnome. A few years ago when we first moved up here, about a mile that way, there's a lake and some trails there. And if you go a couple miles more, there's another lake that has these beautiful trails. My son was 3 at the time, and I decided to have a Daddy Sunday, and we go geocaching. So yes, if you're a geocacher, I am a geocacher. And if you don't know what geocaching is, it is a a scavenger hunt game with GPS. It's a lot of fun. And so we were doing it right in late August, September. So the bears are foraging around. There was lots of bears. And so I put my son in the stroller and I said, okay, we're going to go for a walk down here. We're going to go get some geocaches. We're going to have some fun. And so we found this geocache, and then we had to make this walk up this knoll. And when we crested the knoll, down the embankment to the left of us is where the lake is. And we were probably 50, 60 feet up from the lake. And there's beautiful trees and everything coming on that side. And about 20, 30 feet in front of us, there is this little stick figure that's about that wide and probably 18 inches tall. And it comes walking right onto the path. It stops, looks at us, and then dashes back down the hill. And I'm looking at this thing saying, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I literally. And it was weird. So I ended up, just continuing on our walk. But I mean, the one thing that I really remembered about that was it was blurry. And that kind of tripped me out a little bit, because you always see all these photos of Bigfoot or Dogman or fairies or anything cryptid, and they're always blurry. And so it was a little weird to see this happening, and realizing that with my own eyes, and yes, I had my glasses on, that it was blurry too. So we were, like I said, we were only about 20, 25 feet away from this thing. And it was just one of those experiences that came and went, and we're like, wow, that was cool. My son didn't see it, I did. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of very cool. Let me see here. All right. Let's move on here. I need a pointy stick for the studio here, Joe. Totally need a pointy stick. Renee, who do you not have a wrench for? Now I'm curious. I think that they're in a different vibration in this realm. Lee, I couldn't agree more. Could not have agreed more. So, it's kind of cool. I want to know who gave me the thumbs down. Why can we never tell who gives the thumbs down? Oh, shit, I just gave myself a thumbs down. Now we got 2 thumbs down. We were going so perfect there for a while. Probably those trolls that I got rid of. They must be the ones. Yeah. How does Renee do this? I don't know. She just magically gets wrenches from everybody. That being said, true, thumbs down is still engagement. You should check out the geocache at the Teton Dam North. There's some cool ones. I want to eventually one day, next time I'm in Vegas, I want to go do the extraterrestrial highway. There's like 2,000 geocaches along there. It takes like 2-3 days to do it. I want to go do that run. Do you know Robert Fleischer from Germany? No. Hey, Tony, how are you? Thank you for checking us out all the way from Germany. Appreciate that. Joe Smith, thank you. 2 gray aliens gave you a thumbs down. Probably. Start Dream Diaries. Dave has a great thing with coins to help with possible abductions. Could be. How much are you getting paid for this full-time wrenching job? I don't know. Thoughts on the Orang Pendek? Oh, I always get this confused. Is that the dinosaur one? Orang Pendek. I believe. Okay. Oh, so that's the African version or the Sumatra version of Bigfoot. Yeah, I think they're all over the place. I totally think they're all over the place. And it's kind of strange watching it all. Kind of strange. Yeah, I'm looking at myself on the bigger screen, the one you guys are looking at. I am totally not an attractive guy. Totally not attractive. That's scary looking now that I look at it. Totally scary. Feel sorry for all of you. That's why I got a face for radio. Scared of this whole television stuff. Let's see here. What else we got? I think a lot of the early UFO sightings could have been B-2 or other stealth craft. Chris, you're probably right on that with a lot of it. Michael Schratt, who is going to be on the Saturday show, I believe on February 8th. Rich Giordano will have him on there. Michael does a lot of good research. Schratt is spelled S-C-H-R-A-T-T. Go look up him on YouTube if you haven't seen his research. The guy is meticulous. He is, in my opinion, one of the best out there. I'd love to get him on my show again. I've had him on my show about 3-4 times, but he is just way too busy right now in order to do it. Michael Schratt, S-C-H-R-A-T-T. One of my favorites, I think it was 2014. He did a symposium in Los Angeles. I think at the MUFON. That's one of my favorite ones. Get Grant Cameron on again. Yes, I'm going to look to get Grant on in February and go from there. It's okay, Renee. It's okay. Renee's good people. Tina. Hello, Dave from Southern California. I love your channel. Hi, Southern California, Tina. I will actually be in Northern California February 20th through 23rd at UFOCon 2020, UFOCon2020.com in San Francisco. Would love to meet up with you. If you can make the trip up north, that would be fantastic. Maybe you come to Mexico to Guanajuato Big Houses for this ghost or paranormal histories. Oh, I would love to. I would love to. You know what I really want to go to Mexico for? I'll be blunt. 2 things. Number 1, the food. But a close 1A, Lucha Libre wrestling. Lucha Libre. I love Lucha Libre wrestling. Those luchadors, they are such incredible athletes. Incredible athletes. And I would love to see one of their wrestling shows live. I really would. I'm not a big wrestling fan anymore, but that Lucha Libre stuff, I'll bring it up on YouTube. Those athletes are incredible. Absolutely incredible. Do you think the Space Force being created has anything to do with UFOs? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Are they going to tell us? No. No, but I really do believe that it is a step forward to learning about what we actually have hidden in the secret space program. Art Bell is my all-time favorite broadcaster. He was an American institution. Yes, he was. You know what really sucks, Clear Floss, about doing what I do now, and there's hundreds of people who are doing, thousands who are doing shows like this, okay? Um, what really sucks is the best came first. And all of us are now judged by Art Bell coming out of the gates and really owning the night. Um, that is um, that is absolutely incredible. Um, and it's tough because a lot of times we'll get insults about, no, I shouldn't say insults, but critiques saying, you're not Art Bell, nobody will ever be Art Bell. Well, no shit. No shit. Art was, we're all here. Art was like 10 miles above us. And it's what sucks about it is when you have the best come first in your genre, everybody else is second fiddle. Okay, so even though like George Norrie, who has a fantastic lip blade, by the way, fantastic lip blade, um, great guy too. Was surprised he knew who I was when I met him. Um, we can't compete with art. We just can't. And it's not like hockey where it took the NHL 65 years or 70 years before Wade Gretzky showed up, or boxing hundreds of years before Muhammad Ali showed up, or baseball with Babe Ruth, or any of these people, or Ken Griffey Jr., or some of the other greats that have walked on a major league field. It's with art, we're all competing, and there'll never be another one. The best thing that I could say is just find something that suits your ears and suits your liking. I mean, I never will try to be Art Bell. It's impossible to be Art Bell. God bless him for what he did, because he kept a lot of us going. He really, really did. And what's Renee say here? Woo, 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 pump it up, baby. Is in the UFO fam house, baby. 17-time world champion. Nature boy Ric Flair says, now is the time to go to UFO school. I love Ric Flair. Right there. Love Ric Flair. And, yeah. So that's kind of cool. Hollywood Hulk Hogan was good, too. I'd really lost touch with Hulk Hogan, but when he turned to Hollywood Hulk Hogan, that was friggin' awesome. My favorite wrestler, if we're going old school wrestling, the Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik was phenomenal. NWO for life. Absolutely. Let's see here. Before Bell, there was Long John Neville. Yeah, there were some cool shows still on YouTube. He interviewed John Keel, Jim Mosley, Ray Palmer, Richard Shaver. Absolutely. Absolutely. But art was still the best. Art was still the absolute best. And for the rest of us out there, we're not trying to be Art Bell. Sure, there's a few people, and I've heard the shows too, where they try and drop Art Bell's name left, right, and center. I don't buy that. Like, be your own person. We're Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, by the way, had the best pile driver ever. Remember, he used to jump up and then drive the guy's head into the mat? That was fantastic. Love the pile driver. But with art, I think too many people are trying to live off of his name. We don't do that. All I want to do is I want to bring that spookiness back to radio. That's what we're trying to do, is bring that spookiness back to radio that for a lot of you is missing. And there's some great shows out there, some great hosts. I think, John B. Wells is fantastic. Connie Willis is fantastic. Jimmy Church is fantastic. I like George Norrie. I know many of you don't. I'm a fan of his. Dave Schrader is a phenomenal guy too. There's a lot of good competition out there. everybody deserves a little bit of a piece of the pie. I wish more terrestrial radio stations would understand that there's great late night radio out there and they should take a chance on it rather than running replays. You know, if you got a radio station in your area that you would love to hear us on and they're running replays at night, let us know. We'll get in touch with them. Yeah, just let us know. And we'll make sure that we do that. You know, we will definitely make sure that we get in touch with them if you have a radio station in your area that is playing replays at night. So just let us know. Let us know. My goodness, it's 2:48 in the morning here. I never thought this would go this long. Son of a bitch, that's real long. You know? Remember the Heart Foundation? Killer bees? Roddy Piper, good Canadian kid. Good Canadian kid. There's like 47 fucking people here. I'm still stunned. Hacksaw Jim Duggan was good. Jake the Snake. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think my favorite tag team back in the day was the Killer Bees, especially when they put their masks on. That was awesome. That was really awesome. You know? Oh, I'm loving this. Don't get off. Okay, I promise you guys, I'm going to go to the top of the hour. All right? 11 a.m. in Frankfurt. Oh, you're just waking up. Yeah, I got to fix my snowblower in the morning. How Canadian is that? My snowblower will not work right now. I got to get my snowblower fixed because it is. It's snowing right now. Snowing right now outside, and I've got a bunch of snow piling up, and I got to get my driveway done, and I like totally can't. So I got to call in my buddy because I am not technically savvy. Totally not technically savvy. Chris, yeah, Bob. So I'm going to go, before I get to any more, I'm going to go to the top of the hour, and then I got to shut this down because I got to force myself to go to sleep here. Let's see here. Bob Lazar's story never really changed. I believe him. I believe Bob Lazar as well. I know a lot of people don't. Joe, you're in Calgary. How was the Red Mile tonight? Did you go down there? Remember before Sergeant Slaughter entered the WWF, there was Corporal Kirshner? Yeah. Let's see here. Marvin the Martian, we love him. Love Marvin. Let's see here. I got a yard machine snow thrower. Yeah, I've got like a 30-inch auger on a Sears Craftsman Briggs and Stratton motor, but it's not getting out of idle. It's not getting out of idle, and when I go to turn it to run, it won't run. It immediately stalls out. So I got to get that figured out. It's pissing me off. Pissing me off big time. And I kind of love my snowblower. Brutus Beefcake, did he ever do anything? You know? What about Big John Studd at King Kong Bundy? 2020 prediction. Bigfoot will look at Dave's window just like Carl did. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I don't see that happening, though. I suspect all wildlife get introduced in certain areas through portals. They're not sleeping in caves. I agree. This is kind of fun. Dallas Stars in second place in the West, won 4 in a row. Yeah, they'll blow it. It's Dallas. They always blow it. They always blow it. All right, let's check the NHL standings. All right, let's see. Eastern Conference, Boston. How the hell are they 24-7-11? I hate the OT loss thing, man. I hate that. The Laughs are second. Okay, let's go to the West here. Let's go to the West. All right. Vegas in first in the Pacific. Stars are third in the Central. My Canucks, 22, 15, and 4. My Oilers are 21, 17, and 5. We got to pick it up. Come on, Edmonton. We're better than this. We need some friggin' goaltending. That's the problem. Stone Cold was good. Stone Cold was very good back in the day. Too bad he broke his neck. Remember Owen Hart did that? God bless Owen Hart. Let's see. I want to find a jackalope for the studio. All right, if you want to take a look at the West here, let's look at the West. So they're tied for second with Colorado and Las Vegas with 52 points. Vegas would be out of it because they have 6 overtime losses. The Stars have one more loss than Colorado, so technically the Stars would be third in the West. Yeah. I bet you Anaheim gets the first pick overall this year. I bet you they do. Them or New Jersey. New Jersey's just terrible. I think it's because they're ugly jerseys, personally. All right. I have not had the Foreman brothers on, Bill. I have not. That'd be kind of cool. Paranormal Nightmare. I don't do a lot of the TV show stuff. I'll tell you why. I'm not going to mention. I'm not going to mention names, but I had this guy coming on. He was booked for like 4 weeks in advance, and he was supposed to come on in like October, November. And like 2 days before he was supposed to come on the air with us, his publicist messages me on email and says that he could only do half an hour. And I sent a polite note back and I said, we agreed to 2.5 hours and I expect 2.5 hours. Well, he can't do that. Feels it's too long and all of this. I said, no. I said, if he's not coming on 2.5 hours, then I don't really want him on the show. And so she gets back to me with another email stating, oh, he can do an hour maximum. I said, no, not interested. And then all of a sudden there was this excuse, but he has a red-eye flight that he needs to catch overnight, and he's got to head to the airport. I said, yeah, you believe that. You know what? We just won't do the interview. I'm no longer interested in doing this. I mean, this guy was a nobody when we booked him, and then all of a sudden, because his television show premiered, he all of a sudden was Mr. Half Hour and that he was going to dictate the shots. You know what? This is what I got to say about that. Screw that. And I'll tell you why. Okay? Each and every one of you is extremely important to what I do. You can say no to me all you want. I don't care. But when you're screwing over our listeners who are taking important time out of their day to spend with you, you don't screw your listeners over. You don't screw your audience over. That's just cruel, and I think it's garbage, and I don't like that. So I would sooner play a replay, which we rarely do, or books. I've got enough guests where I could call a number of people up at any time and have a show book like that. The rare time it doesn't work, but we always have somebody to go on. But I just won't do that to our audience. The audience is everything. Whether it's everybody here on YouTube who maybe doesn't listen to us live but listens to the archives, whether it's people who are listening live or on our terrestrial affiliates, we're always pushing. And I'm not going to start having this shit where guests dictate how long they're going to be on the show. I won't bring guests on. There's a reason why I won't bring Dr. Stephen Greer on, is because he wanted me to provide the questions ahead of time. Members of the To the Stars Academy wanted me to present questions ahead of time. Not working. It's not how this goes. All right. So, yeah, the audience means too much. And I don't think enough of, hi, Captain Shirk. Hi, Captain. How are you? Captain Shirk just woke up with, what? What? In the meantime, she was having dreams about Barry White playing in the background with the fire and her romantic reptilian hanging out beside her while she's falling asleep on the rocking chair. Yeah, this just kind of got out of hand tonight, and here we are. But anyways, there are certain people I won't bring on because we don't do demands. We really do not do demands. We're journalists by trade. We are professional. We are cordial. We don't throw guests under the bus like a lot of shows do. All right, we try to be very professional. Nixa, I would love to get more rare contactees on. They are the hardest to find. Hard to find. But I love people like that. But in the meantime, there are certain people we won't be dictated to, right? Because if they're dictating to me, that means they're dictating to all of you. This kind of gets into my pet peeve that we have a lot of, hey, Captain, I can't really respond on Facebook right now. I know you're watching. But where was I going with this? It goes with my same argument about there's a lot of researchers out there who make up titles, all right, with who they are, whether they call themselves investigative journalists and they've never worked a day in journalism, whether they're calling themselves scientific, whether they're calling themselves authors when all they've done is collaborate in a book with a bunch of people's experiences and put them on paper. It's not really being an author. All you're doing is taking notes and then putting some glue together with your paper and selling it. I got a real beef with things like that because the way we're going to clean this up is if we start getting honest with each other. And if you have to lie about your credentials or you have to lie about who you are, how can any of us trust your research? And unfortunately, we do not do enough of that. George the Animal Steel, there's another one. George the Animal Steel. Remember when he used to rip the turnbuckles apart? That was fantastic. His crush on Elizabeth. Yeah, that was good times. Anyways, we're going to try and log out of here because I don't know how. Oh, hell, we got like 2 minutes. 2 minutes until we're like at 160 minutes. Let's just go to 160 minutes. I got to go do laundry. Yeah, I got to take down all the Christmas stuff tomorrow. That's my goal tomorrow, is get my snowblower fixed and take down all the Christmas stuff. I think I still got a ladder in my front yard that's now buried under the snow. It's kind of funny. But don't forget, a good way to support what we do, Pepsi. A good way to support what we do is join the Space Travelers Club on our website for $5 a month. That is always a great way to support what we do on a monthly basis. You get into our private chat area. We're going to get a monthly letter going. We've got a big forum in there that everybody can post pictures on, post your stories on. I would love for you to join that. We also have another great way to support us is by going to our SOR Vault on our website. That's where we have a bunch of t-shirts and hoodies and other swag available for you guys. And we would absolutely love for you to support us that way. We're not here hitting up people for $10 a month for and all you get is archives. No. Also, if you're in the Space Travelers Club and you join and you're listening to the show live, I'm moving towards being more active in that chat room than our other chat rooms, because I want to make sure that each and every one of you gets my attention if you're a space traveler. I think we're going to be doing more YouTube stuff over the next while. We just got to figure out a few things. Like I said, I need to get another computer, but a great way to support us is to buy our swag. I want to see pictures of you out in your town wearing our shirts or hoodies or socks, or doing whatever. Grab a Spaced Out Radio towel. I don't care. It's all right there for you. You can order whatever you want. But I do have to get to bed because I know that I got a big day tomorrow. I got to do some booking with for the show. I got to get my blog done. Otherwise, Captain Shirk's going to kick me in the ass. I have to do a bunch of things to prepare for a busy week next week. But don't forget, follow us on Twitter. At Spaced Out Radio is our station one. My personal one is at Dave Scott SOR. On Instagram, at Dave Scott SOR. That's my personal one. Facebook, we're all over the place. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel here, please do so. We will be getting things done. I'm absolutely stunned that so many people are here and have been with me throughout the night. I never knew. I am that naive. I never knew. Our chat rooms, Philip, Spreaker, Facebook, the SOR Space Travelers there. We have the Space Travelers Club on our website, Revolution Radio chat room, and on Twitter at hashtag Spaced Out Radio. Those are the rooms. I can't add anymore because I have no producer. It's just me, and I got to get through all of those. So I did not fart on here. I would admit to it. I did not fart on here. Anyhow, I am going to, yes, that is Appetite for Destruction vinyl. Unfortunately, it's not an original, but either way, we got it for the collection. Absolutely. Paradise City, all the way. Thank you so much. Oh, one other thing I want to say before I go here. I want to show you something. Just bear with me. One of the things that I always like to clear up here is our slogan, "We Own the Night." Okay? A lot of people think, and I've heard the comments, there's a lot of negative detractors out there say, how can you own the night? There's way bigger shows than you're out there. But a good friend of mine, Carrie, who is a graphic designer for the local newspaper, she came up with this. So I'm going to show you that. That is our poster of We Own the Night. So when I say at the end of every show, together my friends, we own the night, I want you to think of all of these guys. Okay, those are the aliens, the ghosts, the Sasquatch, the Dogman, the fairies, the UFOs, the triangles, the gnomes, everything that scares us in the night is right there. And I want you all to know that when we say together, my friends, we own the night, it's actually all of them owning the night. It has nothing to do with anything other than all of them, the ghosts, the goblins, the Mothman, the Dogman, the Bigfoot, all of them saying to all of you, we own the night. So that's how we got the slogan. of We Own the Night. And if anybody says, well, that Dave Scott says he must be real cocky if he thinks he owns the night. He's only got like 6,500 subscribers on YouTube and all of this, and he's not on across terrestrial radio around the world or anything like that. No, it's not about them. It's all about We Own the Night. It's all of them, not us. So I'm going to try and log out of here because it's now 3:08 in the morning. I am 8 minutes over what I said we would go. And I appreciate all of you doing this. Now that I know that all of you are out here and you're going to support this, I think we're going to do this a little bit more often. I don't know how often. I got to figure that out, but we definitely will. They're probably not going to be for 3 hours. This was just a little test to see if I could do this. I don't even know how to log off, but I'm going to try right now. But thank you, everyone, for coming on in and hanging on out with me. That's real cool, real important. I've got to talk to a lot of you that I've never talked to before, and what a pleasure, what an honest pleasure it was for me to be able to do that. So we're going to try and log this thing out, and thank you for coming on in. I think this is how we do it. Yes, stop streaming right there. Good night, everybody. Sleep well. We'll talk to you soon.